Well, welcome back. I'm Keith Reynolds, host of Morning Coffee. As usual, we always do our hot topics here. Today we got a pretty neat, interesting one, and something I really need, I think. Today we have Andrew Mellon and Dr. Brian Mitchell Grossberg on to talk about Unstuff Your Life. America's most organized men and the best-selling author team up with the top doc to help Americans unstuff their life. Save money, find time, get organized, debunk myths about holiday stress and headaches to ring in the hassle-free new year in life. Guys, you were my prayers answered today. So,
Great to be here. Thank you for having us.
my first question is to Andrew. So, Andrew, what are some of the top tips to help consumers beat the hassle that comes during holidays, especially when you're finding some time and saving money?
Yep, so the number one thing you can do is be aware, be mindful. Mindfulness gets tossed around a lot as a buzzword, but it's really nothing more than a little focused breathing. It costs you no money. You've got your lungs with you, so it's really easy to do. Pays huge dividends. It means you're less likely to make critical mistakes when you're out there shopping, dealing with all the stress and all the people. It also means you're more likely to leave the house with everything that you need without having to run back and pick up your keys, your cell phone, your wallet, your bag, and those all-important coupons, gift certificates, vouchers, and gift cards. Americans are going to waste $2 billion this year in unused gift cards alone, a huge cause for stress. You also want to always shop with a list. The holidays are going to create 25 million tons of trash this year, and over 60% of the population is going to end up with at least one gift that is unwanted. So the third thing that you should do is keep a budget and make sure that you use it when you go shopping so that you don't rack up what most consumers will do, which is over $1,000 in unexpected expenses this year. Huge stressor.
Wow. So Doc, question for you.
Sure.
The holidays can be really hassle and even cause headaches sometimes literally. What is some advice for you to cope with a lot of the stress of the holidays?
Well, like Andrew said, the stress of the holiday season is particularly troublesome for headaches, right? Because it's very difficult for people sometimes to make the distinction between, quote, a regular headache and that of something more serious and debilitating, like a migraine, right? Nearly 40 million people in this country suffer from migraines, with women affected 3 times more often than men. So it's important to be aware of the migraine symptoms. For example, if you're having nausea or vomiting or sensitivity to light or sound, or experiencing moderate to severe headaches that impact the quality of life, all these are consistent with a diagnosis of migraine. So what I tell people is make sure you're prepared, just like Andrew ended up saying. Make sure you always carry your migraine-specific medication because you never know when it's going to hit. There's a new treatment option available called Zenbrace SymTouch, which is a pre-filled pen with sumatriptan, which is a migraine-specific medication that provides rapid relief. Usually within 10 minutes, people will get relief from migraine. Other things that I tell people to carry with them is water to make sure they're well hydrated, as well as sunglasses to help cut down on bright lights. Once again, with migraine, people don't know when it's going to hit. The holiday season is particularly stressful, and this is one less thing to worry about. And there are other stresses that I know Andrew can talk about as well.
Okay. So, this kind of goes out to both of you. Now going into the new year, what final advice do you have for consumers to lead more a healthy and hassle-free life?
I would say unstuff your life, get organized and stay organized. And I've made it really simple for you. I've created the organizational triangle. It's 3 simple rules everybody can remember. One home for everything, and like with like, something in, something out. Those 3 rules will allow you to get organized and stay organized because the average person actually wears 20% of their wardrobe 80% of the time, which means you have more clothes in your closet than you could ever wear or would ever wear. It's an easy way to get a huge result and start the new year clean and uncluttered. Doc?
Yeah, like Andrew said, every minute counts. So for people who are suffering from migraines, my advice is go for a checkup, speak with your doctor, make sure that your migraines are appropriately managed, and using a migraine medication like Zenbrace could end up getting you back to doing the things that you need to end up doing, like spending time with your family or even getting organized. You can go to Zenbrace.com for more information.
Okay, and I got to tell you guys, both of you, and I'm holding up Andrew's book here. I know personally that, when I'm not structured and clutter-free, my life is a nightmare. And that turns into the headaches that we're talking about, Doc, and the stress of it. So I mean, I think the first thing, and now I know why they partnered you two up, because it kind of goes hand in hand. Be organized and be less stress-free, and you won't have to go see Doc and talk about your migraines. So
Yeah, I mean, organization is really easy. Once you get organized, it's really easy to stay organized. And as you have shared with us, the benefits are geometrically in your favor once you get organized. So.
And it's one less thing that can act as a trigger for headaches or migraine. Yeah.
Okay, so where can we find out more information about some of the things you guys talked about?
Well, you can go to andrewmellon.com and you can sign up for a free 7-day course there to help you get and stay organized throughout the holidays and into the new year.
And for Zenbrace, you can go to zenbrace.com or speak with your doctor.
Okay, gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for coming on the Morning Coffee and being our hot topic this morning, or one of our hot topics. For you listeners out there, and you know what, you're feeling the stress, go to the website that Doc talked about. And you know what, if you want to get clutter-free, please go to the website that Andrew had spoken about. We're going to be right back after this commercial break with more Morning Coffee. We're going to be talking finance right after this commercial break.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Merciers has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
they're not all created equal.
that's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
Our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology,
all with one goal in mind.
to get you back in the game,
We call life
pain-free,
drug-free.
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
Get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Well, welcome back. I'm Keith Reynolds. I need my morning cup of coffee. Keith Reynolds with Morning Coffee. I am back. We are back from a hot topic, a pretty interesting hot topic we just were talking about. And I told you when we come back that we're going to be talking a little bit of financial, a little bit of money on Morning Coffee this morning. Today we have Bill Monax. Did I say that right?
You got it right.
Wow, for you viewers out there, you know I brutalize names, and I told Bill earlier I was going to brutalize, but I did pretty good.
No, you did great.
Cool, cool. So we're here with Bill Monax from Customer Bank. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Keith.
So tell me a little bit, okay, we know what a bank is. Now, how did you get involved in banking, though?
Oh, boy. I was in sales like all my life. I started out after college. I was worked for Ralston Purina for a while. I was in consumer products. Worked for a payment company that dealt with consumer products. I left that, started a sales training company. Didn't like that, but always had a sales background. And then I ended up going into banking, and that's something I always thought about when I was in college. So I finally got my chance. That was great.
Very cool. Now, I mean, now how long have you been with Customers Bank?
With customers, I've been with customers for about 3 months, but
Okay.
I previously been in banking for about 12 years.
Nice.
Started out with Wachovia, and at Wachovia I learned basic retail banking, learned a little bit about investments, loans. Then I went to a small bank in Roebling Bank that's now part of BB&T.
Right, right.
And
I'm
I was a
there.
commercial lender there, and I was
Nice.
in South Jersey area. And then I went over to another bank called Nova Bank and managed a portfolio of loans over there. And then went to another bank in Philadelphia called East River Bank, and I headed up the SBA department there. And now I'm with Customers Bank, so just another good opportunity came along.
Okay. So now you're a lender. Do you, for those viewers out there that I think they don't really not that they don't understand banking, but, to get behind banking, do you have to go through certain, tests, certifications, stuff like that? You have to know something. You have to be,
Sure. Overall, the banking industry is very, very highly regulated. We have compliance tests that we have to take all the time about money laundering, Bank Secrecy Act, fair credit, all different types of stuff that bankers have to, but you learn about that. I went to a bank that had a good training program, and that's how I
Right.
really learned about banking. But, some stuff you had in college, like accounting and things like that, they just carry forward, so.
very cool, very cool. So tell us a little bit about Customers Bank.
Okay. Customers Bank is a bank that had started about 6 years ago. Jay Sidhu, who is our CEO, he had started Sovereign Bank. He now had bought a little bank out in Phoenixville, grew that bank from $256 million in assets to $10 billion is what we currently are.
Wow.
And we're not like a Wells Fargo, a billion, $100 billions of dollars a bank, but we are a $10 billion bank. We're well capitalized. We're in good financial shape, and we're well run. And we serve the small and medium-sized business, professionals, individuals, and families.
Bill, and honestly, as being a consumer, I don't want that really big bank. I don't want to be just a number. I like when I walk
Right.
into my bank and people know who I am. Hey, Mr. Reynolds, how's it going?
Right.
So, I think that trend of, hey, I belong to the biggest bank in the world, I think that kind of goes away after a while. People want to be just people.
It's a shame. Our country is more consolidating. A lot of businesses are going that way, but I think there's a role for all different types of banks out there, especially for community banks. If you're really interested in getting a good banking relationship, you can hook up with a local bank. Like you said, they get to know you. They're community-based, and we do a lot of support for the different types of neighborhoods that we are. I'm based in Philadelphia. We support a lot of the neighborhoods, a lot of the organizations inside of Philadelphia. And I think community banks, you can develop a relationship. Like you said, you go in there and people know your name. What I like about what I can do for people is people can call me and I can steer them wherever they need to be in a bank. It's not a silo and you get lost on the phone. So
Right.
truly, you take ownership of your customer relationship.
Now, what services do you guys offer at Customer Bank?
Customers Bank, we offer typical consumer and residential mortgages. We also are heavily adhered to the business community. Our bank typically deals with small and medium-sized businesses. I'm a commercial lender, so I deal in a lot of different things from commercial real estate to business lending to owner-occupied buildings that they might buy or equipment to startup businesses which might use like a small business administration loan.
Okay. Now, this is a bank that you can go into and bank. It's a regular bank.
Yep. We have 20 locations from Boston down to Philadelphia. Probably about 13 of those are branch offices, and then we have another, the remainder are all loan offices. So with this environment, you really don't need to have a branch on every corner. With technology, you can do online banking. Businesses can use remote deposit to scan in their checks. If you take credit card payments, they can get automatically routed to your bank account. So it's just a matter of really getting with a bank that you're comfortable with, that you can develop a relationship with, that they can understand your business, because that's the biggest problem. A lot of people don't understand what your business does, so therefore they can't really advocate for you, to upper management or when you go to a loan committee or anything like that.
Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Sure.
And when we come back, I want to get into talking about kind of like the nuts and bolts of some of the services that Customer Banks does, because I think lending is huge. I know there's that myth out there that, banks are not lending or whatever after the recession or whatever. People are lending. Absolutely.
They are, absolutely.
So we're going to come right back right after this commercial break, and we're going to talk about some loans with Bill Monax. All right, I messed it up one time. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Well, welcome back. I'm Keith Reynolds, host of Morning Coffee, filling in for Mark Cook this morning. Mark is out on vacay this week, and we're talking finance with Bill Monax. Woo! I got it right. Bill Monax from Customer Bank. Bill, right before the break, we started talking about loans.
Sure.
Because, look, besides banking, obviously, you stop in, you deposit your money. Banks are lending. And it's not a myth. They are lending and always have been lending, correct?
Especially for a bank like ours, a community bank, which we really don't have a investment arm that does a lot of trading of stocks or bonds. It's very important to us. That's how we make money, is through lending. Mm-hmm. So typically, I think what's important for people, like especially a business that's coming in for a loan, is maybe take a look at understand how a bank does evaluate my loan application.
Yeah, and you know what? That is like, I think it's almost like the Wizard of Oz. I think there's a little guy behind the curtain making all these decisions. But there is a process.
Oh, there's an absolute process.
So tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. Well, we have something that us bankers will call the 5 C's of credit. And the first thing is character. We look at a person's character. Now, how, you may ask, if I never knew somebody, how would I know their character? Well, it's pretty easy. We pull a credit report on that person, and we can see through their past borrowing history. We can see all their credit. We can see the good stuff, the bad stuff. Are they delinquent? Is there any liens against them? State income taxes that have not been paid, sales taxes. So we get a full rundown. And not to say if people have blips in their life that we don't try to still do a loan for them, because we can. Some people have medical issues, and that could be something that we could talk about and mitigate it and lessen that type of risk. So character's one thing. Collateral. Typically, we're not going to do a loan, give you money, and not have anything that would be securing that in return. So we're looking for, it could be a piece of equipment, it could be a property, it could be maybe a stock or bonds or mutual funds that we can lien. So collateral is another thing. So you have to pledge something so that we can secure the loan. Another big thing that we look at is your capacity to pay. Capacity to pay is basically, how are you going to pay us back? Can you pay us back? So we're going to look at income. We're going to look at the revenue, the top line number. We'll go through all your expenses, and we want to make sure that you can pay the loan back within a certain term and maturity period. So that's also something that's very important, because you could have everything else but not be able to pay the loan back. So, we're in the business to get paid back too. And conditions. Conditions is another thing. What are the conditions out in the market, out in the economy today? We're looking at a lot of things such as, if we're going into a recession, well, maybe commercial real estate may not be the right thing to be doing loans at that time. But everything's cyclical, and it may come back, and then we might be doing more commercial real estate.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, and I want you to continue, but I really want to point out to the viewers and listeners out there what Bill just said, because it's so important. It's a cycle. A recession is a cycle. And I believe that, my philosophy is, to me, I say there's no such thing as a recession. It's money's changing, okay? Industries are changing all the time, and it's part of a cycle. So now if Bill's saying, hey, this cycle happens, it's part of, I guess, life and business. Okay, so to me, people that know that this can happen, if they don't protect themselves, and now if it turns around and ends up being, the bank's fault, and that's where I think banking, excuse me one second, I think banking gets a bad name for not lending. But you have to know these things are going to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a big problem.
Well, banks are held responsible towards their stockholders. We're also responsible towards our regulators, mainly the federal government. It could be the Federal Reserve. It could be the FDIC, whoever regulates that bank. We're held accountable. When we have a bank review, they come in and review all our loans. They take a look and ask us questions. Well, why did you do this type of loan or that type of loan? So people think that banks just don't want to lend money. We're in business to lend money, but we're there to do it responsibly.
Right.
And we have a fiduciary responsibility to our stockholders and also to the federal government, because we're part of a federal FDIC type insurance program.
And to your customers.
And to our customers.
If you're in the business, you're the expert. You're saying, hey, I just don't know if this makes sense for you.
And it may make sense later on, if the economy may change. So
this is the type of bank that I want to do business with, because I want them looking out for my best interests, because I know they have things that they have to kind of put in place. But I think the biggest thing is, because I hate when people talk about the recession, and I just say, look, you know what? People that get around the hump and understand that this is a cycle, those are the successful business people that can still borrow money and it's lent to them without no problem.
Right.
And then the people that don't, they say, oh, the recession got me. I just think that's such a, I don't know. I get twisted. I say that's not true.
Some businesses are well run, some aren't.
Absolutely.
And we're in a, whether you like it or not, we're in a capitalistic type of market, and we're not going to be bailing the, when we had the whole collapse in 2008 to 2010, everybody was upset about people bailing people out. Typically, we don't think that way in this country. So, we need to be able to lend responsibly to companies that can pay us back. If there are issues with companies, we can have other alternatives, like maybe a small business administration loan, until they can get back into the normal business cycle that they were in and making money and improving that. Then we can get them back into a normal business loan.
Now, do you guys offer any type of, like, not counseling, but some options for business, folks out there?
Well, as part of myself, I deal with all different types of business people. I deal with a startup, a entrepreneur, to a professional organization, and you deal with all different types of people. And some of them, you do have to counsel them through in the beginning on how to go through, how do you get a loan, and what you should be doing to position your company in a better position.
Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Hold that thought, because I want to talk about, I know you were going into, you went into the 5 C's, and I kind of went on my tangent, but we're talking about the 5 C's, so I want to come back, finish up with that, and then maybe talk specifically about certain loans.
Sure.
That you'll offer after the 5 C's have been cleared. It is 5 C's, correct?
Correct.
All right, we're with Bill Monax from Customer Bank. We'll go right back after this commercial break.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Merciers has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
They're not all created equal.
that's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
Our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care,
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology,
all with one goal in mind.
to get you back in the game,
We call life
pain-free,
drug-free.
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
Get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922 0201.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Well, welcome back. I'm Keith Reynolds, host of Morning Coffee. For you viewers that are just tuning in, we are talking money right now with Bill Monax from Customer Bank. We were talking about lending and all that good stuff about getting loans. And you know, Bill, I interrupted you, but I wanted to finish up on the 5 C's. If you can go over them one more time with us.
Sure. The last C is capital. And what we're looking at, capital is a measure of relationship between debt and equity. And what we're looking for is to see what the person there has to offer as far as equity into the business. A lot of times it could be an injection of equity into the loan or the project that they're doing, but also could be backup reserves that person has. When you hear somebody's worth $20 million, but is it all in real estate, or is there some component of cash that can help the business if there's ever a problem?
Okay, so repeat the five C's one more time.
5 C's are character, capacity to pay, conditions, capital, and collateral.
Collateral. Okay, so those are the 5 C's. Okay, now we get past the 5 C's. You know, you talked about, you know, startup companies. What are some of the things, if I'm a startup company and there's a startup company listening out there and they need to get a loan, what are some things besides the 5 C's that you're going to talk to them about they maybe should have in place?
Sure. First thing is that typically a new entrepreneur, a new business is going to seek some type of capital so he can begin his business. Typically, it's not going to have a track history. Most banks like a 2 to 3 year track history for a normal commercial loan. So in this case, what we're going to typically recommend would be a small business administration backed loan. Now, small business administration doesn't lend you the money. They guarantee the money or the loan to the bank. The bank is the actual entity that's lending the money to that particular entrepreneur. So basically, we're going to look towards an SBA and the government guarantee to mitigate some of the risk that we might have. The reason why we might use it is because there's a lack of collateral. There could be maybe a credit issue with the person, but we still may be able to do the loan. There could be working at a longer term or a different type of maturity for a loan. So there's various reasons why we'll use it, but it's used there to help these businesses start. Now, somebody coming in looking for a loan, you really got to know what you want to do. You got to know your business inside and out. You're trying to convince people who you don't know why they should lend you money. Why should we give you money? Can we expect repayment back? So we're going to look for, number one, have you started to do all the legal documentation to start your company? And it's going to be your corporate documentation. So did you do a certificate of formation through whatever state that you're looking for? Do you have an operating agreement? How's the company going to work? So that we can see who the ownership is inside it. Other things would be a business plan. Tell us how you're going to run the business. Tell us, number one, who you are, how you're going to run your business, what are your qualifications, and maybe you're doing something new. Maybe it's going to be a franchise. Well, how's the franchise going to help your experience bridge the gap? Maybe you were never in that business. Something else we're going to look at is, what is your go-to-market strategy? What is your target market? What is your marketing and sales plan? So those are all important. How are you going to get revenue dollars coming in the door? And another thing would be your financial projections. If it's a new business, it's definitely going to be projections. Maybe you're going to be buying an existing business, so we're going to need to take a look at the last 3 years of that business. So financial projections are very important to the bank because that's how we can assess whether we're going to get paid back or not, and where that business may rank in its industry or in its peer group.
Now, I'm sure there's companies out there that also project. It's like, you know, a startup company, they might have this idea that they're bringing to you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's as fresh of a startup as you can get.
Right.
Okay, so they have to have that game plan in place. Now, so, okay, all that in place, it's very possible that you can get a loan.
Absolutely. And what we recommend for a first-time entrepreneur is you definitely should get some aid in putting your business plan together. Now, these organizations are not going to write it for you, but they're going to help you develop it. And organizations such as the Small Business Development Centers, Rutgers has one in Camden, Temple has one, Wharton has one. It's the best help you're going to get. They'll help you sift through that, develop that business plan, develop those financial projections, and make you think about it. Because when you go to the bank, you have to convince them. So if you don't know your financial projections, I'm certainly not going to know them.
Right.
And I need to understand that and all the assumptions that you did to get to that.
You know what? If you viewers out there, if you love Shark Tank, this is what it's sort of like. I mean, you really have to bring your idea to Bill.
But we're not as mean as they
You're
are.
not as mean as that. Yeah, Bill's going to be very nice to you. But you seriously, you for a startup company, you know, you need to know all those things because think about it. You know, we may say a small loan. I mean, what's a small loan considered? Is it 10,000 all the way up to 100,000?
I mean, there's loans that are done for 25,000 that we call them micro lenders. They specialize in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they typically do up to 50,000, and they have sometimes relaxed type of credit criteria. But you know, our bank, we do loans from 50,000 probably up to, you know, in the millions, in the hundreds of millions. So, you know, it all depends on what the situation is.
Okay. And you know, you also, as far as like your business plan has to make sense too. Right?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, obviously, if it doesn't make sense to me, how's it going to work?
Right.
And if I got to, you know, and typically I will have to ask you questions about it so that I understand it. But if you can't articulate that to me on your own, then
how are you going to do business?
Yeah.
And the reason why I ask that again, I get twisted over people like their thoughts, like, oh, this, you know, they're thinking of this business over the dinner table, and all of a sudden it's like, well, Bill, you know, why can't I get a loan? It's got to make sense.
Well, it's funny, Keith. I go to these lending forums that the SBA have, and they try to match up people who are looking for a loan and lenders, and somebody will get so intent on their invention or whatever. It's great. I'm sure it's a great product, but how are you going to pay the bank back? That's what we're concerned about. And they get so engrossed in how the product works and all that, but how are you going to make a business out of it? How are you going to pay yourself a salary? How are you going to pay the bank back? How are you going to pay your employees? How are you going to make your bills?
You drink your own Kool-Aid.
Right.
It just doesn't work.
Right.
So, you know, we're at the point of our show where, you know, we say it's your time. So I want you to look out the camera and tell the viewers and listeners out there, you know, anything you want, how they find you, you know,
Sure.
what they should come look for you for, everything.
Okay. I appreciate the time you have given me today. I love to help businesses. I love to help them grow. I love to help them start, and it's a great accomplishment. And you know, all I do is help evaluate it. But when I see a restaurant or a brew pub or something come together, and the people planned it, put it together, I've paid the invoices as far as maybe the brewery equipment or something. But now I started seeing them making money. It's really it's a passion I have to help businesses grow and succeed. And if you're looking for a banker like that is with you, I would suggest contact me. I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help businesses grow. I'm here to help people make money. And I just like being a part of that and being part of their success. My office is up at 1501 North Broad Street in Philadelphia, and you can reach me at area code 215-717-7966, and my email is wmohnacs@customersbank.com. And I'd be happy to help anybody out that's looking for some advice, looking for me maybe to evaluate a business plan and help them what a bank would be looking for. You know, feel free to contact me.
All right, Bill, thank you so much for coming on the Morning Coffee. For you listeners out there, please go and seek Bill out. If you're looking for a loan, you want some advice, he is here. That is what he does. That's what he is an expert at. So please reach out to him. We're going to be right back with Morning Coffee. We have another hot topic coming up. And you know what? I just forgot what it was. So we're just going to come back and, you know what? Stay tuned and come back and you'll find out. We're going to be right back after this commercial break.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My dream job is to run and manage my own spa one day.
To be the general manager for the Jumeirah Hotel in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
I feel that Merciers has prepared me very well for my future in the hospitality industry.
The kitchen is incredible.
You are planning the meal, doing all the costing and the recipes. You're in charge of everything going on in the kitchen.
They really do get you prepared, and they want to make sure that you have a job after college.
When it comes to injuries,
They're not all created equal.
that's why at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine,
Our team of doctors will coordinate and customize your care,
to provide the best treatment options using the area's most advanced medical technology
all with one goal in mind.
to get you back in the game,
We call life
pain-free,
drug-free.
surgery-free. That's what we do here at Performance Spine and Sports Medicine.
Get better faster.
Stay better longer.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.
Today's show has been sponsored